Test, test. One, two, three. Test. Testing. Test. Yo, yo. We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy, Tommy G, here on a Friday on the Stay Cashin' Show. We are going to dole out some winners for you guys today. We're going to give you some MMA bets. We're going to give you some MLB bets, college football, NFL bets. We're going to bitch, or at least I'm going to bitch, about last night's Christian McCaffrey injury. Probably have a little debate that Night Ghost doesn't want to have, which was probably the dumbest thing that's ever been said to me, maybe in my entire life, from another human last night. Bill was on the phone to hear it, and he's probably going to want to run from it because he was probably, who knows, probably on mushrooms or some edibles or some shit and didn't realize what he was saying. But let's start with you, Ghost. How you doing? How was your night?
It was, I mean, you know where I was yesterday. It's always a great day. But
Yeah.
I would like to start off. We do have a game at 2:20. I have multiple plays out on it. I think you're on it as well. We're on it a little differently, guys. 2:20 Cardinals. I'm playing their team total. It should be I think it's 4.5 on MGM. If you want to ride with us while we're doing the show, go hit it right now.
Yeah, I am on that heavy. And Bill's handle, you're welcome, Bill. Not even realizing your own thing. Bill's handle is _New Jersey.
_New Jersey.
Yeah. See that, Bill?
Let's go! Tommy said I didn't have enough energy last time. Woohoo!
There he is.
Thanks for fixing it.
Yeah. So first of all, a good look by me. Way to get my boys back. But yeah, last show you sucked at the beginning. You were the worst. First 30 seconds.
I'm always the best. I'm always on point.
Oh, you were the worst.
The best. I bet.
Right. You came in like Snuffleupagus. I thought I had Night Ghost cloned.
Always. I'm never like Night Ghost.
Yeah. Well, make sure you keep that energy up for this show, son. What we can't hear you. What did you just say?
I mumbled something.
All right, raise your hand if you understood anything Night Ghost just said.
Night Ghost.
Speaking of fucking mic. First 30 seconds.
I'm always the best. I'm always on point.
And now Bill's playing his own fucking YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, way to fuck it up again, Bill.
Hey, shit happens.
Hey, you're a real professional broadcaster.
How do you know it was me?
What?
How do you know?
Because I can tell by your stupid eyes. Your stupid eyes going like this, looking at your screen, wondering what that sound was. Ghost in his car, so it's not him. Evan is the only professional I'm working with here, so that leaves you by fucking process of elimination.
Might have been yourself.
Evan, is your microphone muted?
No, it's not muted. Not muted.
Okay, good. How are you doing today?
Doing great. New mic, obviously. So
Oh, look at that.
yeah, big ups in the world. But if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. If you leave a like, I think if we get 100 likes, Healy's gonna drop 2 free picks today.
Oh, 100 likes. All right, we got 38 likes right now, so you guys better get to work. I know it's very difficult for everyone. Like it's very difficult to push a like button
or subscribe. I mean, they
Very
get
hard.
their name on the screen if they subscribe.
Right. Got to make sure to remind them every show because it's very difficult to support the show you're watching. It's a very tough thing.
Let me just say something right away.
No, Jesus.
For people, all you have to do is sign up. It's very cheap, very simple. You don't even have to bet these idiots' plays if you don't want. Just come in the chat, sit in there, and bet my live bets. That's all you have to do. You don't have to bet Tommy's second string running back, matches, Ghosts minus 400, over 2.5 runs. Healy's guy gets taken out in the 3rd inning. You don't have to bet any of that. Evans bet 1 last time, so I give him that. But you don't have to bet any of that. Just come in the chat, sit for the live plays that Tommy said, oh, don't bet that. They hit 9 in a row, and he's yelling, don't bet it. Just come for the live plays. That's it. You'll pay for your subscription.
Well, you got a little taste of your own medicine last night.
Pay for your subscription, and it'll pay for all the fun. That's where I leave off.
What were you saying, Ghost?
He got a little taste of his own medicine last night. He didn't like it.
When what?
When you came in with the punts,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't like you giving your opinion on his play.
Oh, no. He loves to give his opinion on all of our plays when we put him out every fucking day.
What play was that a week or 2 ago? He came on the mic and said, don't bet Tommy's play. What play was that?
I don't know, but it won by a mile because we bet it another time after that. But that's fine, Ghost. But you can't do it to him.
Never said it.
You can't do it to Bill.
Never said it.
Bill lives in fucking bizarro world where
I love it. When he knows he says something wrong, he puts his head down so you can't see him.
Yeah, because he's
Never said
laughing.
it. I was looking at something.
He's a piece of shit and he's laughing.
I
So
never
what I
said
want to do first, let's bring Healy in right away. I know he's got something to do. He's got another commitment at 2:30. So let's bring him in right away and we'll talk a little bit about last night's game, get some baseball bets. and get this fucking party rocking. How about red today? Dude, you have hat glasses on?
Just for you, buddy. I threw the hat glasses on.
Yes.
You're starting to trend.
Healy with the hat glasses. Hold on.
I mean, I don't think these are official hat glasses, but
They are. If they're glasses on your hat, they're hat glasses.
there you go.
No, we all got them. Let's go.
Dude, everyone would have hat glasses but me. Dude, whoever hit the fucking alt lines are the plus money props on this show because people bet on the glasses for all of us and the hats. So if you had the same game parlay of Lil E regular glasses, Tommy backwards hat, no hat glasses. I mean, that goes the same fucking snuffleupagus with Clark Kent every day. And then the double banger of Bill Rupp and Brian Healy with hat glasses. That probably pays plus 5,000. So congratulations if you guys hit that parlay. So let's go in Healy. Last night's game I know you guys were all on Carolina. I actually laid off it. I was on it all week, and then it just started to scare me. I started reading too many stats about rookie first start quarterbacks making their debut on Thursday Night Football are like 7-0 straight up and 8-0 against the spread. I feel like Thursday nights are always a shit show. So I did my normal when I think Vegas is close or I don't know what I'm doing, just tease 13 points up, 13 points down on each side. That hit. So the one free bet I gave on the show did smash the 13-point same game teaser. Bill, I know you had parlays laden with the Carolina Panthers, so you smashed on that. Before I get to Healy, Ghost, what was your outcome last night?
I gave the 6.5 on the show last time.
That's right.
And then I reversed it again. I doubled down on it with the over in the game one of the White Sox game, which hit in the second inning. So
okay,
it was a good
all
day
right,
for us
cool.
over.
So we smashed that. E, did you give out a play for the Panther game? Well, I love the transparency and the honesty. And Healy, you hit your Arnold prop at the end of last night, right?
Yeah, really never a doubt. Came through late, but never a doubt. Didn't sweat it at all.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt. So what was your take on the CMC injury? And then we're going to have a quick little debate before we get to the baseball. And then we'll get to college football and the NFL bets for the weekend after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, right? It's part of the game, but something that we always have to consider. And when you bet the props, unfortunately, I know you started a little discussion around prop insurance, around injuries and stuff like that. Ultimately, to my knowledge, no one offers it. So it's just an unfortunate situation when that occurs.
Well, I mean, it's so we'll take. So first of all, let's give your take on CMC. Like, what do you think long term for the Panthers? What does this do? How long do you think I'll miss?
I mean, I think I'll miss probably a month. Soft tissues, you definitely want to give it enough time so you don't just re-aggravate it coming back. So it's probably a 4 to 6 week injury, I'd imagine.
Stupid, you're muted again.
Yeah, I got it. we're good now. Don't worry.
All right, Ghost, take on the game.
Well, I didn't really get to see much of it. I was with
That's
my
right. You were out all night, right?
So I wasn't around until about the fourth quarter. So
all right, so no take. Bill, take on the game. And McCaffrey.
I had McCaffrey's longest catch that I gave out on here, over 15.5 yards. Obviously that didn't hit because he got hurt. Sucks. But the rest of the game we smashed the live plays. Again, my under 1.5 yards, shortest touchdown, cashed again. Cashes all the time.
One take I do have, good for Sam Darnold.
Shocking.
Good for him.
Shocking. Dude, do you want to fuck this dude?
Fuck the Jets.
I mean, should we
fuck?
all talk about how Tommy said the game was going to be close? And
no, I said I'm not
going to win. Can we go back to that?
You see how this kid just fucking makes shit up? I said I'm not betting the game. I do not want to fall into the trap. When I call the 7 worst bettors I know, not you guys, the 7 worst bettors I know, and all of them have their life savings on the Panthers, by my 20 years of gambling, that's a stay away.
Sometimes the public wins.
And they do. And I missed out on the money last night. And that's fine with me. I'm not betting on the 7 biggest mushes I know. The public does win sometimes, but that line looked trappy. Things looked weird. It was a 7-6 game at halftime. Obviously, there was no McCaffrey. So, yeah, I'll take the L on that. Like, that was a blowout. Like,
Houston, you even said it. Go ahead, Ghost.
I was going to say, I just like that Darnold came through in the second half without McCaffrey. It was nice to see that.
I mean, you did say it last night that they were going to win 2 games on the year.
Yeah, no, I said it. Dude, listen, did I have a pregame bet on Houston? No, I was totally indifferent. I thought it was going to be sloppy. I thought Mills was going to be better than, and I thought he was good, actually. I thought he played fine. And I think Carolina's a little overrated. And you saw a little bit of flashes. Ghost missed the first half where Darnold looked like a shit show during times of it and stuff like that. Kind of looked like the old Darnold at times. But, I think Carolina's still a little overrated with McCaffrey out now. Obviously,
they did lose one of their best defensive players and their best offensive player in the same game.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, I thought that before the game, though. It had nothing to do with that. So, listen, I have certain things that I follow, just like you have certain things that you follow. You won't bet a line if it moves from, if you loved Carolina last night and it moved to 9, you wouldn't have bet it, right?
Nope.
And meanwhile, I would tell you, if you think they're going to win by 20, then you should bet it at 9 or 8, right? So you have things you do. I have things I do. I don't like road favorites. I don't like road favorites over a touchdown. I don't like Thursday night football bets with road favorites over a touchdown. I don't like going against quarterbacks that are making their first start. And I don't like taking hype train teams with 90% of the money and 7 of my mush friends on it. So for me, I missed it.
But
I missed out on the money.
Triple max bet a backup running back.
Yeah, because that's analysis. That's analysis. When you start learning statistics,
next topic.
Yeah, you'll understand when you start learning statistics. So Healy, what do you got for today? What do we got for baseball? Let's start there. We got a game starting right now. We're all on the Cardinals. I don't know if you have any baseball plays for today or tonight.
But nothing on the 220 game. I'm starting to go through the evening games. I do have one player prop that really jumped out to me for tonight, and it's Corey Seager of the Dodgers over 1.5 total bases. So they're facing off with the Diamondbacks, and Humberto Castellanos is going to be on the bump for the Diamondbacks. Like most of their starters this year, not good, especially against left-handed batters, allowing a 350 WOBA, 250 ISO, only striking out 13% of left-handed batters. Throws a lot of curveballs, nearly 28% of the time to left-handed batters. So he's a fastball curveball guy primarily. And Seager absolutely nukes that pitch. 400 WOBA, 275 ISO, average hit distance 310 feet against right-handed curveballs. So Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. MLB play of the day for me.
You got fucked on your play the other day.
Yeah, Ronaldo Lopez strikeouts yesterday. Unfortunately, he was there. He had Austin Hedges, the 9-hitter, 0-2 count to win the prop for me. Ends up getting squeezed on ball 3, gives up a home run, and then the wheels fall off. He couldn't throw a strike.
I mean, yeah, and they pulled him out of the game.
Yeah, then they yank him with a 7-2 lead after 65 pitches. So
yeah, that was crazy that he left the game at that point. So you're on Seager over 1.5 total bases tonight. Okay, give me I know you got to get out of here in a few minutes, so give me NFL. What do you like for this weekend? Anything you're looking at early on? I know we'll probably do our show again tonight. Are you going to be around tonight?
Yeah.
So the best piece of education and picks I think we've ever done, and I've been working in this industry for a decade, was last Friday. Last Friday, we did a round table in our Discord, subscriber only, and no way we'll make that free, where me, Healy, Ghost, Bill, Hoffman, Rackets, and Trevor and Constantino all were in there going through each single game on the entire slate from a DraftKings, FanDuel, and betting perspective. And I got a lot from it. I mean, which is crazy. It was awesome just to see the different opinions and takes on everything. So if you like gambling or fantasy, get over to 4deepbets.com, number 4deepbets.com. That promo, that end of year, 4 months of mayhem promo disappears this weekend. So if you want to get in for the rest of the year, get in now. But you can get in there for it's like $30 with the promo code for the week. It's fucking like a few dollars a day. It's absolutely nothing. We're smashing the universe, especially the other day. I mean, we won like 100 units in a 2-day span in baseball. I went like 13-0 in max bets before McCaffrey gate last night. So Healy hit all. We're fucking killing it. So the community in the chat alone will be worth the $30. You'll never leave. Our retention is insane. Once people come, they never leave, because we're in there sweating the games with you. So you'll have all of us in there with you the whole entire weekend, sweating all the games through Monday night. So you'll be able to ask us questions and all that. So Healy, shoot.
Yeah, so for me, the props slowly rolling out. Some books released them last night. One really jumped out to me. It's Mike Williams of the Chargers, over 5.5 receptions. Mm-hmm. So, this is going to be a featured game of the weekend. It should be a shootout there with the Chiefs. I assume it's a back and forth type game, and/or the Chiefs are playing from the front, so there's going to be a lot of passing there for the Chargers. New offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi from New Orleans is no longer using Mike Williams as the deep threat. he's using him like Michael Thomas. If you watch their first 2 games, he's kind of getting the ball all over the field underneath. I expect this game he'll see another double-digit targets like he did in weeks 1 and week 2. So 5.5 receptions, far too low here at a pretty nice price. It's minus 125 is what I got betted at this morning.
Okay, cool. So anything else for this weekend? Anything else you like? Anything else you wanted to touch on before we let you go?
No, I already added another NFL prop up to the Discord for subscribers, and I have another baseball prop that also went up. So, as Tommy said, sign up, get over there. I look forward to seeing everybody in the Discord.
Yeah, it's really there's no gambling community like this whatsoever. There's nothing even close to this in the industry, and I've created and worked for 10 of them. There's nothing you've ever seen like this community in there that we have, and that's because of you guys. We appreciate you guys a lot. So, all right, Healy, any final words? Good.
Yeah, I'll catch you guys late tonight. Do some NFL breakdowns.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Later, Haley.
Later, bro. All right. So, Bill, let's start going over this weekend. As far as the games go, there's some interesting lines on these games. There's some interesting plays on these games that we're looking at. What are you looking at? What are you leaning to start the day off, and what's going to be your absolute lead pipe lock of the show?
Well, I have a lot of parlays that are going on. I had Carolina tied into end a lot of parlays and to begin a lot of them. So, I mean, that doesn't really help anybody now who didn't do them. But, the Browns, I think, kill the Bears. And what else did I have them tied in with one other game? Oh, the Broncos. I think Denver kills the Jets. One of the first plays I'm going to is Zach Wilson over 1.5 interceptions at plus 170.
Okay.
He threw 4 last week, which I called. Denver's defense is very good. Wilson is just not ready. I think he probably throws 3 at 1.5 plus 170. I'll take that all day.
Okay.
I'm on the other end of that.
All right, shoot.
So if you watch the press conference with Saleh, he said Zach Wilson shouldn't be afraid to play a boring brand of football. So I'm thinking they're going to be doing a lot of slants, a lot of drags, running the ball a lot. That's why I'm kind of heavy on Michael Carter this week. I think his over-under set at what? 29.5. I think we're going to be running the ball a lot.
I would see it as long as we could stay in the game. That's the one thing I'd be worried about.
Denver, that's why I think with the 10-point favorite, I think Denver's going to jump out on him, be up 14-0, and he's going to be forced to throw all season.
Yeah, I think the Jets are going to be able to stay in games. Their defense is good enough that they'll keep them in games. If you look at the first, couple games of the year, I mean, they were able to at least hang around as long as Wilson doesn't throw 15 interceptions. So I kind of agree with both of you. I think Denver's going to give them fits. I think it's going to be a lot of 3 and outs, more than a lot of random throwing the ball all over the field. But like both of those, Ghost, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at a game that's a big question mark to me right now. I've been trying to dig into it all day. I know Hopkins isn't practicing right now, but seeing the Cardinals. Now, when I first texted you guys about it, the line was 7. It's already moved up to 7.5. And you know that I like to buy points. I like to buy it under 1 score. I'm willing to pay the 155 to get 2 points on it. Seeing the Cards, being able to get them -5, -5.5 against the Jags, even if Hopkins is out, that's just one play I think I'm going to take a chance on and just let us see what happens. I can't see why that line is so low. We know how they've been the first 2 weeks. Just if it's a trap, I'll take it. But Murray against the Jags, I might just go all in on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be my favorite teased game of the week for sure. I'm going to be teasing the Cardinals down all over the place. That was my initial.
The line just doesn't make sense. I don't understand how.
I mean, it kind of does a little bit just because when you factor in a lot of the trappiness, like there's a lot of
Carolina -8 against the Texans, but they're -7.5 against the Jags.
Well, that'll be 7.5 probably. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, it's the same scenario. The difference is Arizona's traveling, west to east. That's never easy, right? When those teams come west to east, it seems a little trappy, but at the same token, after laying off Carolina because it seemed trappy, I'm not doing that again this Sunday. So I'm going in on it again because the only reason I laid off Carolina because the line seemed weird and there was a couple negative trap situations, but I'm not doing that this early in the year. So I'm with you on Arizona. Was there something you wanted to chime in there?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right, cool.
They don't even have any props up right now, so that's what was suspicious. I
What's
can't
up?
get any prop. There aren't even any props listed for Murray right now. So I was trying to dig into
Yeah.
maybe something's going on with him, but just not finding it right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough thing about doing the shows and giving out plays on Friday, right? That's why our plays are much better on Saturday night and Sunday morning, because we have all the information at our fingertips. Mike Constantino will be joining us at the end of the show, and I know he has a strong take on this
Wilson's
game.
back?
What's up?
Wilson's back?
Wilson's back? Oh, Wilson. So hopefully he doesn't have any camera issues this time. But so he's going to fight with me on this, and I'm going to leave some room for us to fight at the end of the show. But when I saw this fucking Rams line open up the way it did, I just started salivating. I mean, the Bucks opened up as underdogs to the Rams. And me and Bill called it on the Discord that night. We were like, that won't last long, guys. If you want the Bucks plus 1.5, you better get that shit right fucking now. Bill, you were saying throw it in your teasers, immediately. Get that up over 7.5 if you want that. I was saying if you want the bet, take it now because you're going to be minus 150 or laying 2 or 3 points probably by the weekend. And Bill, that thing flipped 3 points in like 24 hours.
Yeah, I took Tampa Bay in my teasers. I got them in the 10 and the 7. And so I got them 8.5 and 11.5. That was great. Now you're screwed if you want to take Tampa, because now they're the favorite.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing you can do now on a teaser, because if you do a 7, you're below the point. You do a 10, you're below the point. So that was a great line for teasers for Tampa.
Yeah.
That's we called the line movement right away.
Yeah. And for me, I don't care about value or anything like that. I'm waiting on this Rams line. I want it to keep going. I'm pounding the Rams. I know it seems crazy. It seems erratic. It probably borders on irresponsible. Why are you taking the Rams against the Bucks? I think this line couldn't be more of a trap. I said it when it came out. We said exactly what it was going to do. I'm going to tell you how this game's going to end. The Rams are going to beat the Bucks this Sunday. It's actually my favorite bet of the weekend. And I think the other side is Constantino's favorite bet of the weekend. So maybe we'll do a food bet or something. We'll see if he'll go into the loser has to eat something terrible.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if that is now, because he liked it at 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be willing to see if he still likes it now that they're favorites.
I mean, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he already got down on it.
Yeah, no, he said that night that he was betting it plus 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would guarantee that. So we'll find that out. I'll be on for the last 10, 15 minutes of the show to do the UFC. Another thing I like right now looking at this is Valdez-Scantling. For any of you guys who've been watching, the Packers and seeing what's been going on with them, first week he had like 8 targets, and only like 3 catches. Rodgers missed him a bunch on some deep balls. This week again, Bill, how many deep balls did he miss Scantling on? I mean, 2 or 3. I mean, I had a small play in a same game parlay with him over 39.5. 3 different times he attempted a 40-yard pass where he was open and missed him. That trend can't continue. He can't keep missing them all the time. So Scantling's been running wide. So another one I like is Scantling longest reception over 17.5, Scantling over 33.5 receiving yards. Those are 2 props. And again, I do most of my DFS research on Friday. So once we end this show, I dive heavy into my DFS research. Then we do the roundtable show for 3 hours tonight till 1 a.m. with all of us. And then I do all Saturday to analyze the props. So my props will be a lot more plentiful on the site come this weekend. But my main 3 things I'm looking at right now are the Rams for sure. I like them. I'm going to have them anchored in a lot of things. I like Valdez-Scantling's props too. So those are 2 things that jumped off the boards. I kind of work backwards on the games. I start with the late Monday night, Sunday night games and work my way down so that the freshest information is the games that start first on Sunday. Ghost?
Cut in real quick. I know we're talking about the show that we're doing tonight. Guys, if you plan on signing up and you're not able to sit through the whole show, I make sure we get the recording up first thing Saturday morning. Could always go back, re-listen to it. It will be recorded. It will be there for you. So don't worry about missing out if you're not around this late at night.
Yeah. So we'll always have those recordings up. We'll get them up right away. So they'll be up by tomorrow morning, but get in there for the live show so that you can get all your questions answered and you can hear us bouncing back off each other. So anything else on this weekend that you guys are looking at for these Sunday games? I'm just going to run through. Just give me.
I got one that. Go ahead, Ghost.
Bill.
I got one that I really like also, and I hit it early. Daniel Jones rushing over 25.5 yards against the Falcons. Falcons have given up a lot of rushing yards to quarterbacks. Their defense is bad, as we've seen. Falcons are bad. I don't even know who's going to win that game. But Daniel Jones at 25.5. He ran for almost 100 last week. Sometimes he has those games where he won't run at all. It happens. But until they move that to 30, above 30 or 40, I'm going to keep hitting it. So you're going to give me 25.5 again. You could get that on one run. I'm on it again. Love it.
I actually just found my favorite prop of the weekend. I'm going to be slamming this out of control. I'm just trying to find the other line here. I mean, this is no fucking brainer right now.
You want to look for it?
Are you going to speak English or are you going to mumble?
Well, I'm trying not to cut you off.
Ghost with your adult voice.
Are you going to shut the fuck up for 5 minutes?
I mean, it doesn't matter if I shut the fuck up or not. No one can hear what you're saying anyway if I be quiet. So it's just fucking speak English. Go.
My other favorite play, which we've been riding the first 2 weeks, we've been smashing on, we've been hitting. I've been saying before the season,
Cooper Kupp?
like I'm looking. Cooper Kupp, you know it.
Yeah.
They finally adjusted his line. He's up to 85. I still think it's low. Tampa Bay is giving up the third most passing yards in the league. Stafford's loving him right now. I tweeted out before the season that Kupp was my biggest share in fantasy this year. I love that connection. Until he gets up to 100, I'm most likely just going to keep playing it. So that it's another play you could expect from me this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to be pounding Cooper Kupp also. My favorite thing about it is you could actually just take the 100 plus and get like plus 150 too, or plus 180 on it too. So yeah, I love Valdez-Scantling over longest reception. I love Valdez-Scantling receiving yards. I love the Rams. I love Hawkinson. That's the one that I wrote down that I just found right here. Hawkinson's a joke, that line. This dude is Kelsey and is Waller. I've been telling everyone that. We bet him every single week. I've played him in DFS every single week. I've recommended him as my highest owned tight end every single week. Hawkinson is the number one receiver on the Detroit Lions, a team that is going to be playing from behind significantly throughout the whole season, and especially against the Baltimore Ravens. I love this spot. The Ravens so far this year versus the tight end, they have faced Waller and they have faced Kelsey. And I think we know how both of them did versus them. Waller had 19 targets and was 10 for 105 versus the Ravens. Kelsey had 9 targets and was 8 for 109 versus them. So Hawkinson's props are way too low. They don't make sense. And I told you, sometimes it takes Vegas a little while to catch up to this shit. So over 59.5, 100%. I would even go as high as 65.5 because that line's going to move up, but get that down now. And then over 5.5 receptions, 100%. I'm probably going to do the same thing I did last week with Hawkinson, where I hit the plus 400. Hawkinson, 5+ catches, 50+ yards, and a touchdown was plus 400. We hit that on the last game. So all in, and love Hawkinson on this slate too. So that's another one that I'm definitely going to be looking at heavy yards, receptions for him also. So any other baseball tonight, Ghost, that you're looking at?
I went through the whole slate. There's nothing that really stands out that I love. We got Cole on the mound against the Red Sox. They usually wind up getting to him. I had a little interest. I don't think it's necessarily worth it. I was looking at taking a stab on KC against Detroit. I like this pitcher that they have going for them tonight. Nothing that's standing out right now. I'm going to get back to it. I will have posted plays for the subs later. Just nothing yet. Still waiting on lineups. So.
Okay. Bill, we were talking about, I do kind of hate the matchups this weekend. I hate what they did with the schedule, how it lays out, because this time of year, there's certain teams we bet on, right? There's certain teams we like to target and really attack. And this kind of fucking sucks because a lot of these teams are playing each other that we're going against. If you'd like to see how the bets did the other day, here's a little screenshot for you. There's a lot of green on that fucking page right there. You could see that was the last full slate baseball where we didn't have football going on. That's a 70 unit day with a plus 800, a plus 700, a plus 600, a plus 180, and a double max. And we swept the whole entire board straight through. So the thing I don't like about the baseball this weekend is, one, I bet on the Giants every day. I said that on the show. And I also bet on the Rockies at home every day. Two teams in two situations that Vegas has been wrong on all year, and the Giants play the Rockies at home. That sucks. The Yankees and Red Sox both need to win this time of year, And that's probably part of the reason why you saw the White Sox pitcher come out, because they got nothing to play for. So they're not going to extend people. And the Yankees and Red Sox are playing each other. That kind of sucks, right? You also have one other situation that I was looking at here. I forget what it was. Houston and Oakland. Houston's a team that has to play, but they're in Oakland, and that's not a friendly matchup for them in that park. So Atlanta's playing San Diego, two teams that are trying to win right now. So there's a lot of teams that are both playing for playoff spots right now, playing each other. And then when you look at some of the shitty teams we like to pick on, Bill, Texas is playing Baltimore, like they're playing each other. Kansas City and Detroit are playing each other. So we don't really have those like playoff contention team versus a team that's going to be testing out their young players and lose. So I do like the St. Louis Cardinals right now. That game is on. It's nothing through one. I like the St. Louis Cardinals in game 2 versus the Cubs. The Cubs have won, I think, 3 of their last 13 games, 2 of their last 8, and 1 of their last 6. So I think there's a big spot for St. Louis. They won 12 straight or 11 straight. We've been betting them the whole way through. So I like St. Louis to win both games of this doubleheader today, the first game and the second game. Keep in mind, these are 7-inning games. Also want to make sure to get the Phillies in as many parlays as you can. I think this team is they're locked in right now, man. And Gibson's a guy I love. Ghost, I know you like Gibson a little bit. Very safe guy, not going to blow up against you. You hate Gibson?
I'm not a Gibson guy, no.
All right, then maybe it was Rackets. Yeah, it was one, or maybe Rackets or Healy.
Oh, I'm a Nola guy.
Yeah, I hate Nola. Yeah, we're on opposite sides of that. So Philly minus 230. Hold on, let me just finish this. So Philly minus 235. If you want to pair that with the Cardinals, that may be something good you could do there. I like them against the Pirates tonight. And then obviously we just always bet the Rays at home going against the Marlins, who have nothing to play for. Rays are about a game or two away from clinching, so they probably want to get that done real quick.
I think the Dodgers are a safer bet than the Phillies.
Dodgers also, right. Dodgers also, another big line. So there's 3 games. I would rank them. Yeah, I think you're right, Bill. I would rank them Dodgers 1 of the big lines, Phillies 2, Rays 3, even though the Rays have the biggest spread. Those 3 teams have something to play for versus teams with nothing to play for. So if you're looking for some stuff to tie to the Cardinals and some of these bigger games, the Broncos, maybe even this weekend on money line parlays, those are 3 to look at. Ghost, what were you going to say? And then Bill.
I think the one team that we need to look at that nobody's been talking about, at least in our circle, is the Seattle Mariners. Like you mentioned, with Boston and New York playing each other, Seattle's only 2 games out of a wild card. They're 7-3 the last 10. They're 15 games over 500. They're just one of those bad teams that really don't get the attention that they probably deserve right now. And they're going against the Angels, who we know how shit they've been. So they'll be a team I'm looking at tonight as well, and this weekend.
I like them, man. They're running off 5 straight wins too. So 6 of their last 7. They're a team that I'm high on. I like betting on, and they come back too when they get down. So you're never out of the game with them. They're kind of like the Giants. Even if you're down 3-0, you still got hope. So yeah, I like that a lot.
They got the easiest schedule also out of the remaining playoff teams. They play the Angels for 3, then they're home for Oakland for 3, and then they have the Angels again in Seattle for 3. So
yep.
They got one of the best road records in the AL too. So
yep, they're phenomenal. Let's look at some college football before we bring Constantino in. Bill, do you have any leans on any of the games tonight? I know we got 3 games tonight: Middle Tennessee, Charlotte, Wake Forest at Virginia, Liberty at Syracuse, UNLV at Fresno.
If I was going to take any of them, it would be Liberty. But I'm not really sure. I love Army tomorrow.
Okay, talk to me.
One of my favorite bets. They have probably their defense has been playing. Well, their defense is playing good. If you look at the stats, their stats aren't good because they're up by 40 at half, and then they just give up and they let the other team score points. But their defense, they have probably the best running game in college football. They're killing it. Their team, I love them. I think they're one of my favorite teams. I'm going to ride them. I think that spread is too low. I think it should be 9 or even 10 for tomorrow. But 7.5, you could buy it down if you want to get under the touchdown. But I think they kill Miami, Ohio. And I just think it's another route for Army. Love them tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. We've had success with Army this year too. So I'll tell you I'll give you a few of my favorites. Okay. So I'm going to give you a bunch of these. I'm going to rattle them off for you. So tonight, not one of my favorite games on the board, but it is a game I like. I do like Middle Tennessee State in this game. So if you're looking to gen out on some action, This is a game. It starts at 6:30 p.m., so be aware of that. It's not a 7 or 8 o'clock start. They're 1-2 going against Charlotte. Doing some analysis on this really wasn't player oriented. It was more based on the system. Sorry, the system that I have that I told you about. And this checked enough boxes. It's not anything substantial. Probably a 3-unit play instead of a max bet play. But I like Middle Tennessee State in this game. We're going to want some action today. I'll have a play on the Virginia game. I'm close to a play. I don't have it just yet. I probably got to do another couple hours of research on that, and then I may put Liberty money line in something with Bill. Maybe throw them in with a baseball bet. Don't know if I love them laying 7 on the road to Syracuse, but I may throw that in. But Middle Tennessee State tonight. And then if you're looking at this weekend, there's a few games that jump off the page that really check a lot of boxes in the system. Last week, I gave you 2. They both won. BYU and West Virginia. Both those games won pretty handily. BYU won outright as an underdog, and West Virginia was minus 2,500 at one point in the game.
I think we killed college football on Saturday. We killed it with Iowa. I killed it with Army. Had a bunch of other games. Maryland, we killed it on Friday night. We had a lot of winners in college football on Saturday.
Me and you are locked in right now. So we're locked into college football, and you guys saw that last year at this time. And Bill Rupp gives his 1 or 2 favorite plays of the day. So we're locked in, and I'm going to give you this. I like Stanford a lot. At home against UCLA. That game's at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Love this spot, getting Stanford 4.5 points at home. I think they're tremendously undervalued in this spot. I also really like, hold on, I just lost my note here. I think Wisconsin's in a great spot. I think this is a complete trap game. I think the whole public's going to be betting Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 3-0, ranked 12th in the country, going off Wisconsin, who already has, an unfortunate loss on their record there. And Wisconsin's laying 6.5. Jack Cohn going against his old team. Everyone's going to run to the narrative. Notre Dame's undefeated. Everyone wants Notre Dame to be undefeated. They love rooting for Notre Dame. I think Wisconsin comes in and actually puts that dick in them this weekend. I don't even think this is close. I think Wisconsin wins this game by double digits. I'll probably do an alt line, and I think they just punish them with that run D. You cannot run on Wisconsin, and they know Jack Cohn better than any team in the country because he played for them. So I really like them. I like Arkansas a lot this week. Arkansas is a dog. Bill, we've been betting Arkansas nonstop. I took them plus 180 as a dog, and they went outright by like 20 points. So this Arkansas team has been undervalued. They're finally in the top 20, and they're getting 5.5. I think it's 6 in some spots at home against Texas A&M, who's a top 10 team, but I think they're a tiny bit overrated. So tiny. I like those the most, and then I'll have a little stab on NC State or Baylor. But
there's one game that I'm not a big college guy. I do like to pick a few games once in a while. There is one trend that I like to play, and I've been playing it since they joined the conference, and it's Rutgers with Michigan. Since they started playing each other, these games always go over. They've always hit the total. Michigan usually winds up blowing them out, but Rutgers winds up getting the points they need to help push it over. So that's a game I'll just personally be looking at and playing just based on the history.
Okay. And normally we're going to give you 1 or 2 college football bets. I'm giving you more bets today because I feel bad about Jamal Williams from Monday. So I gotta over. I made up for it definitely on Wednesday or on Monday, giving you 5 winners in baseball that day. But I'm still, listen, this is the give back week. This is the all week. I will continue to give back to you. Give you 5 winners on Monday. Give you the 13-point teasers on Wednesday. And here's 4 college football bets that are going to hit on Friday. So hopefully I can be back in your good graces and you can forgive me for that backup running back bet, as Bill Rupp calls it. Let's get Constantino in here. So we'll start talking some UFC. Big card this weekend. Constantino smashed it last weekend. Luckily, his picks are far superior to his camera work. Let's see. We already
his videos off.
All right, his video's off. Let's see. He's connecting.
Everyone hide your faces.
This is everyone go.
Breaking news, by the way, Josh Gordon being reinstated to the NFL.
I actually picked him up just to fucking see if I could trade him to someone. Constantino, what do you think the odds are that Constantino figures out a way in here?
So he'll come in. It'll be like
he'll come in. I'll be like, all right, guys. So, I really like this play today. I think I'm
guys, this is my favorite play of the day. Yeah.
So we'll see if he can get in here. Is he coming in? Oh,
he's a ghost. He's in the car.
He's in.
Hat guy too.
Hello.
Backwards hat. Cast a Constantino Tommy G backwards hat parlay.
And he's buckled up in a parking lot.
Buckle, you got your seatbelt on, Mikey?
I just pulled in because I got the text from Evan Hand came across my screen that you're in.
You got your seatbelt on like a good boy? Are you parked? Do you need your seatbelt on while you're parked?
Want me to take it off if it please you?
I mean, yeah, it's bothering me a little bit.
Okay, off.
All right, now you look more masculine. All right, cool. So what's up, Mikey? So we talked a little bit about the Rams Bucks, but before I want me and you to be able to debate that a little bit. But before we do that, we got a nice UFC card coming this week, and in Constantino's debut on Stay Cashin', he had some of the worst technical difficulties we've ever seen, but luckily they didn't correlate to your plays. Smashing handily in all the parlays, your favorite play, and then banging 2+ money underdogs. That was a very impressive debut by you, Constantino, and you made me look good. So nice job, nice start.
I appreciate that, but it's even more impressive because both underdogs were first-round victories. So not only were they underdogs in that we saw an edge on it and we took plus money on them, but they also both were clearly better and finished in the first round. So really happy about that.
And he's humble, ladies and gentlemen. See that goes?
I've learned from the show's proprietor, that humbleness is not one of the top things next to winning.
I don't know if you want to share how your last week has been, but you've had quite a week you're kind of like a superhero in your hometown. I don't know if you want to share that or save that for the Discord tonight. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, not right now because
All right, let's save it for the Discord.
Save it a midnight fun story. So all you people that are getting underdog winners, especially from over here, Tommy, Bill, everybody, Nyko, Healy, everybody's smashing. So get to the Discord. It's a lot of fun. 330 plus people last night, except for one unfriend person that we had a little fun with. So always a good time. So get in there. We do live betting and NFL breakdowns. It's fun.
All right, so let's start with the UFC card, and then we'll end with the Rams Bucks. So, what do you think of this card? Obviously, there's a big thing going on this card that I'm sure you want to talk about, a big resurgence. So, tell us about the card, what you're seeing from a high level overview, and give us a couple plays.
It's a pay-per-view card, championship fight. Obviously, big name return of Nick Diaz, who I love.
That's your boy.
Couple of good spots on the card that I feel, me, I like value. I like to play the underdogs when I feel that they're favorites and they win in the first round like last week. But sometimes the value lies in favorites, as well. And then it's up to you how you get creative to extract the most profit from them. And sometimes I use a combination of, parlays, or sometimes even laying the wood straight and then looking at it like a stock return, a percentage on my investment within a minute to 15 minutes. And others, I'll just pair them in every DraftKings lineup that I have. So there's many ways to do it. So for today's purpose, I think that there's two fights I think that are really lined wrong, and I'll give you the reasons why. And I'll even share the way that I'm going to attack it. So I'll have them each, in parlays, obviously. I will put them in pretty much every DraftKings lineup that I enter. That way I can gain leverage and max exposure on them as favorites and hope to win some money there. There's some props that are fun. So that's what I plan on doing today, is to give you the fights that I see the value in again and stay consistent with that.
We'll go do it. Let's do it.
All right. So the first one is on the undercard, and again, a fighter I happen to be familiar with. And it's not why I'm betting them. There's like 6 on this card that I've either promoted, or trained with, including Nick Diaz, who I've trained with. So I'm not picking it for that reason, but it does handle into the handicapping. So pick is Chris Daukaus. It's a heavyweight fight. He's fighting Shamil Abdurakhimov, and a lot of angles on it. Okay, so Daukaus is the younger fighter. Shamil's 40 years old. Shamil's been off since 2019, which was a knockout loss to Curtis Blades. No shame in that. But over the last couple of years, he's had multiple injuries, lung problem injury. In the past, he was stabbed in the back or the heart. I mean, the guy's body's been through a lot, his age and inactivity. And to put it in perspective, since he last fought, Daukaus has fought 4 times and has 4 first-round knockouts, and 3 of them were actually in the UFC. So he makes his UFC debut, runs off 3 in a row, 3 first-round knockouts. He's going to be younger, more agile. He's got power in both hands. In the UFC alone, he has 100% takedown defense, and he's throwing strikes and receiving strikes with his defense on basically a 12 strike per minute pace, which is insane. And he's only getting touched just under 4.8%. Abdurakhimov is known to be a plodding, slower fighter. So I just think that the matchup angle of the younger, more agile, hot fighter pouring on the pace could lead to the finish, if not the victory. And then there's a little bad blood there as well. So these two are scheduled to fight, I think, in July, or maybe even a little earlier than that. And then Abdurakhimov, who's been off for 2 years, one of his cornermen got COVID, said he wanted to cancel the fight. Dawkins mocked them and said you're too weak after 2 years rest. So I look forward to seeing the weigh-ins, which I haven't seen yet. But there's some 205s out there, which I think he should be way more. Not enough value in the TK and the knockout prop at plus 110. I'd rather put him in a parlay with the next fight I'm going to give you and take back 135, or just even lay to 205 or get creative with it. But I really like Chris Dawkins in this spot. So that's selection number 1.
All right.
Any feedback from you, Tommy?
Nope. Number 2.
Okay, so number 2 is the main event. Okay, 2 fighters, popular fighters. There's a lot of angles here too. So the fight is lined. Volkanovski, I see out there right now, real time, minus 175 is the best line out there. And I just think that that's a line, not only line completely wrong. I just think that Volkanovski is the better fighter. You hear me say this all the time, where like the better everywhere. It doesn't apply here because Ortega is a very, very good high-level black belt. He's got world-class jiu-jitsu. But Volkanovski is a significantly better striker. Hand, speed, angles, power, leg kicks. He's a better wrestler, and his volume is just insane. So, like, a lot of NFL bettors in here and other sports and baseball, you rely on stats. UFC, there are people that handicap on stats. I don't. I handicap on, the eye test, what I see and what I like and what I know. But to put it in perspective as a comparison so you can understand it a little better, I'll give you some stats. So everybody here is familiar with Max Holloway, right? Former champ. Tommy, what's one of the things that you know about Max Holloway that stands out to you as a fighter?
I have
what is he really good at?
I have his signed glove in my bedroom, and he's courtesy of Michael Constantino, and he's a high volume striker.
Yes, pause right there. Okay.
Am I right?
Yes, you're 100% right. I definitely gifted you a glove, and I don't have any gifts from you. And you're also right because, he's a very high volume striker. He literally broke.
Doesn't he hold the record?
Or
did?
Yes, he does. And if you recall, he broke Brian Ortega, and he, the opposite side of this fight with over 250 strikes. He was
Murdered
talking
his
shit,
face.
pointing to him, going to sleep, talking to Dana White, like just talking shit, right? And then you got Holloway. I don't like the MMA math, but then when he fought Volkanovski, here's a guy who breaks the pace records. He got outpaced by Volkanovski in both fights that Volkanovski won. So right off the bat, that means Volkanovski can fight to that pace and win at that pace, which is astounding, right? I think we can all agree with that. And Ortega is, like I kind of described earlier, more of a slow, plodding, upright fighter who comes from a decorated jiu-jitsu background and then learned striking. And yeah, he has a devastating knockout over Frankie Edgar, who's later in his career, who I'm familiar with. And I just think he would need to catch Volkanovski in order to win the fight. So I don't think there's any shot he can win a decision. Of course, he could submit him, and he can get lucky and knock him out. But that's like, Tommy, I don't know, like he'd have to really catch him, but the odds are in that favor. So to make that line 175, when you factor in all those attributes, I think he's undervalued. I think he's disrespected. Another angle on this fight that I really like, Ortega's already chilling with Halle Berry. He's already making movies. He's already,
I hate that whenever you see
that. Volkanovski is just fucking angry. Nobody's giving him the respect. I mean, he just soundly whooped Max Holloway twice. He beat Chad Mendez. He's a powerful striker, good wrestler. I mean, he's got really good wins, and he's just undervalued, disrespected. And there's a difference in the UFC between being a champion and being a superstar. And I just think that Volkanovski wants to be a superstar, and he's fucking angry. So I think he's very undervalued. I like him. And astonishingly enough, I saw on FanDuel, he has plus 240 inside the distance and plus 340 by knockout. Now, I like him to most likely win a decision, and I'm going to pair him, like I said, in DraftKings lineups and all that. But for our people that like to, get a little more value, to put it in perspective on DraftKings, because I'm just giving you like the two biggest statewide in the United States, so most people have a reach. DraftKings has knockout prop at 240. So you can add the submission, which will never happen on FanDuel at plus 240. But I'm sorry, DraftKings has the knockout prop at 240. So you can get a full dollar more value on FanDuel by taking the Volkanovski knockout prop up.
Well, 340. All right. And we'll be going through, we do our Saturday show in the Discord, breaking down all the rest of the fights. Would like to share, I don't know if you could see it here, but here's a nice little picture of Constantino. If you can see that closely, that's Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, Frankie Edgar, Jimmy Rivera, the whole squad there. So when Mike,
I'll read it. Nate Diaz from left to right. Nate Diaz, Jake Shields, Joe Reyes, or I forget his name, but he was a former Bellator champion. That's Cesar Gracie, Frankie Edgar, me, Nick Diaz, Dan Miller, Jimmy Miller, and Dowdy David Mitchell, all UFC fighters, and me.
And somehow this idiot found his way to the center of that picture. This is almost a which one doesn't belong type picture.
Right, the handsome guy in the middle.
Yeah. So before we go, Mike, we only got a minute or two left. So before I let you go, you were all over the Bucks to start this week. You're all over it. I'm on the other side, so we are on opposite sides of the fence on this one. So what do you think? What's your take on the Bucks?
All right. Well, I love the Bucks. I love Tampa. I love Tom Brady. From a betting perspective, keep in mind the way I bet. I like the Bucks, but for my betting system that I'm using right now, they only have to really have the lead in the game in order for me to make money, because I have them on a back end of open teaser and an open parlay that I cashed on last night with Carolina. It was a big play that I like. So I just put them with the Bucks also to just extract a ton of value. So here I am just sitting with a ticket that has X amount of value. So I could be smart and just bet right now the Rams plus 1.5 even money, or, and take my risk off the table. Or I think at some point in the game, the Bucks will have the lead, if not win the game. And then I'll slam the other side plus like 4.5, plus 50, or take the risk off at plus 200, plus 180, whatever they are, depending if Tampa's up 3-7. So that was the reason that jumped off at me, Tommy, initially when we talked about it. And I said, just anchor it to all the parlays, bets, and whatnot. And Bill had a game that night, I think Cincinnati or something. And, we just tied everything together. So I used them with some tickets that are already open. And I'm going to use them in some tickets that I'm opening, namely with the Arizona Cardinals, on the money line.
Well, let me get only because we got a minute or two left. So what else do you like? Because I want to get to it. Do you have another player or two that you
number
like?
One, starting at the top of Tom Brady. It's Tom fucking Brady. He has a zillion.
No. Not about that game. Not about that game. Are there any other games that you like?
Yeah, but we're going to break it down tonight on the Discord and go game by game. But I like the pairing of Arizona. The same philosophy, have a lead over Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And then on the back end of that day at night, I do like the money line on the Packers, to start another ticket that I like to bet. I think that the Falcons have sneaky value against the Giants, this week at +3, even money I saw out there. Some favorites that you can put in teasers and parlays are Baltimore, Cleveland. Cleveland's going to have a significant advantage in the running game, big offensive line advantage, big advantage there. I like Fields, which scares me, where I don't want to bet Cleveland or lay the points, because anytime you have to prep for a new person and all these running quarterbacks, the Lamars and Fields and all them, they just run different, right? Lamar dances and spins. So I don't like that factor, but I do think they're a better football team and they can run the ball. So I like that there.
All right. So, and then we'll go.
Steelers. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a crazy prediction could be Jets to win outright.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Yeah, I actually don't.
Denver's beaten nobody thus
Where
far.
are you?
It's a bad spot for them in this game. Nobody's counting the Jets. And I remember like a survivor pool one year, I don't know, last year or the year before, they all go together, where I almost feel like it's deja vu, where I had Denver and they were like 10, 12-point favorites, and the Jets go out there and win. It's just a spot bet for me. I'm not touting it. I'm not releasing it. I'm just throwing it out there as a lotto that can be the bracket buster for Survivor this week. So
All
just be
right,
wary.
Mike Constantino, follow him on the Twitter machine. Which is your Twitter? They're two different, at AMA Fight Club.
Twitter is at AMA Fight Club. And if anybody has any questions, feel free. Follow and DM. I'd love to interact. And then definitely get over to the fucking Discord over here. We're handing out nothing but winners.
Yeah, so Mike will be back with us on the football show tonight. Mikey, thanks for coming on, brother.
Later,
Sounds
Mike.
good. Good luck, everybody. Get that bag.
All right, later,
Thanks,
bro.
I'll build up.
Later, bro. All right, Rupp, any final thoughts on, any takeaways on what Mike said there? I'm going to give a UFC play out in a second before we wrap up. Get out of here,
I'll
Evan.
kick
Get him
him.
out of
I'll
here.
kick
This
him.
fucking dude. Get him
I'll
out of
kick
here.
him.
Kick him the fuck out. What's he
Camera.
doing?
Camera.
Now we're looking at his
He's gone.
dashboard.
He's gone.
Bro.
He's gone.
So how is Mike in a car and Ghosts in a car, but Mike's like got angles, his face is like this, then he's like this. Ghost is right there, nothing says, he's not moving around. I don't know. But
He's a
Bill.
legend.
Who's been kicked in the head more?
true.
Yeah. The kid's been literally taking kicks and punches to the face from professional UFC fighters since he was 19. He's
True.
brain dead.
True.
Yeah, he's going to come in. That's why I like to wait till he leaves to talk shit
I'll
on him.
be
Give him some credit.
shocked if he
He
ever
doesn't have any
gets, like-
time perception. You think it could handle a camera?
Oh, he has no idea. No idea.
I'll be shocked if he ever gets like a setup where we can actually see him.
He doesn't have depth perception either. You got to see the fucking kid drive. He drives like fucking Miss Daisy's grandmother. Like, it's fucking crazy. So, but yeah, he's really good at he's good at picking games and picking fights. That's all that matters.
No, I definitely don't agree with the Jets. So let's just
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that Denver D is very underrated. I think they're going to stomp him out. But I will say I do have a play that fits the Tommy G model. I think, Bill, I hit 90% of these, literally. Like, this isn't even a made up number. When I take a minus 1,000 favorite to win inside the
Schmidt
distance.
Homer just to cut in 2-0.
Did he?
Yes, sir.
How did you see that?
I'm watching MLB Gamecast while we're on here.
I'm watching it right now.
Unless they lied to me.
Home run, let's go.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
yeah. Goldie with the bomb, 2-0 St. Louis. That's huge.
and my MGM account is just got put back up. Let's go.
What a day.
Pop, 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 pop. That's huge. Let's go. Finish this fucking game off, St. Louis. Disgrace making these guys minus 160 versus this shitty team when they need to win everything. So I got the Cardinals parlay. I got the Cardinals tied to a mayhem parlay, and I got the Cardinals again and the Cardinals again. So I got a lot of Cardinals. So this is my biggest bet of the day. So we need this. So let me just see
Hold
here,
on,
Bill.
I have one more play, but I can't find it anywhere. So if they put this up, guys, I'm gonna hit it. In the Tampa Bay game, hold on a second. This was pretty good too. This was pretty good. I don't want to forget about this. Hold on, got to get to it. Hold on.
Mike, Ghost. Mike's been hitting the head a lot. Bill's done a lot of drugs. It's a lot of.
Hold on. No, this is good. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get to it. You could talk. I'll jump.
Oh,
in.
I'm allowed to talk on air? Okay, good. I
So
didn't-
what? So
fake
the
ass-
I didn't
Rams.
know if you wanted to make this dead air for 3
Hold on,
minutes.
so the
Rams, I thought you
Rams-
said the Rays.
No, the Rams versus Tampa. Robert Woods, if we could find over a half rushing yard. They have all their running backs are hurt. They have no one else to run the ball. I think they're going to come up with some schemes in Tampa Bay to get other people the ball to try different plays, whether it be Woods or someone else running the ball. I think Woods gets a carry
I
at
like
least
that.
if they have it, just because I've seen all the running backs are hurt.
I do like that. No, he gets a carry pretty much every game.
If we could find it anywhere, I haven't been able to find it, guys in the chat. If you could find it for me, I've been looking too. If that opens up, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to nail it.
I would be willing to say that would be one of my favorite bets of the weekend.
Yeah,
Literally. That's how much I would like that.
Yeah, it just popped into my head. I was thinking about it when Mike was talking.
Yeah, I really like that a lot. I mean, if you just look at this year alone, he's had a carry in each game. And last year he had 24 carries. That's a lot. 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Robert Woods does get used a lot going against a tough defense like Tampa Bay. They're going to get creative.
Yep.
If Henderson happens to miss this game, they're going to have to get a little more creative. They're already missing Akers. So
Henderson's out. That's why I was looking at it. I think
is he officially out? I don't think he's out
for sure.
That's a
questionable. Definitely.
That's a rup date. We call those rup dates.
Definitely questionable.
Yeah, no, that's a Bill rup date.
But I still like to play. I think it's awesome.
I do like it too. If we can find out for sure. Yeah. I will tell you this, guys. I love Shevchenko inside the distance. Valentina's my girl. Bill knows I just smash these all the time. If someone's minus 1,000 in a fight, especially a 5-round fight, think about how much better they are than the other person to be minus 1,000. So what are the odds of them not finishing them if they're that much better? Lauren Murphy's a tough bitch. She's a bad bitch. I bet on her to go to distance all the fucking time. I get it. She's tough to finish. Valentina's a totally different motherfucking animal. This girl is the closest thing to Amanda Nunes that is in this sport. And Shevchenko will finish her with a head kick, and it will be in pretty, I would say pretty dramatic fashion. I think there's going to be some sort of crazy knockout here by Valentina. And I love the odds on this. I mean, you can get her by knockout TKO minus 120. You can get her by submission plus 500, but I'm going to do the double chance on this one. So I'm going to take just inside the distance, and I'm going to lay the 200 on it, put it in a bunch of parlays. I really like that a lot. And I'll have a little bit on the knockout, but Valentina with an easy inside the distance finish. So final words, any plays for the weekend or anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, I got a bargain bin article that's going to be dropping later today. Everything about, players who are on the waiver wire or players who are just have gone under the radar can give you good insight on prop bets. So that'll be up on the website in a little bit.
Okay. So someone's saying it is Woods over 1.5 on DK.
I didn't see that.
Let me see it. It would be maybe rushing attempts. Is that what they're looking at? No, it's not under attempts. Hold on. I just want to make sure, see if we can get this. Rush yards.
If that's there, I'm going to.
Yeah, he is. Over 1.5, minus 130.
On what? Rushing yards? Oh, it just popped up. It wasn't there before the show.
Listening.
Yep. All right. I'm on it.
I love it. Robert Woods over 1.5 rushing yards, minus 130 on DraftKings. That's a fantastic bet. So, Evan, you were saying?
Yeah, just got an article dropping later today. Go check it out. Bargain bin.
All right. 4deepbets.com. Promo code VIP20, 20% off. Night Ghost, if you want to give just so we can make sure we have it, your favorite play of the day or favorite couple plays of the day, and then final words.
Favorite play, I'm going to be locking in the Cards. Even if Hopkins doesn't play, I'm still willing to take them. I'm going to be buying it down to under 1 touchdown. So I'm going to live and die by it. I'm not going to max bet it, but if I play it now and it's a trap, it's a loss I could deal with, especially after the 24 units I'm up the last 2 days.
Yeah, so I've had a great 2 days. Bill, your favorite bet of the show or a couple bets?
Just Daniel Jones rushing, and then this Woods play, and then Zach Wilson.
Why don't you say it so that I can cut it in a promo? So why don't you say my favorite play of the day is Daniel Woods?
My favorite play of the day would be Daniel Jones rushing yards over 25.5.
So bad.
Cut.
So what would you do without me? You'd just be floundering around, fucking talking to homeless people at the sports book.
Tommy, what would your favorite play of the day be?
Well, thank you, Bill Rupp. So my favorite plays of the day are St. Louis, as I told you about in baseball. I love Stanford as my favorite college football play. My favorite UFC play is Shevchenko inside the distance. And my favorite prop is Hawkinson over 5.5 catches. And my favorite NFL side is the Rams. So there you go. Give you one in each spot, and the rest are on the website.
What's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream is I'm torn between butter pecan and I do like a lot of the different Haagen-Dazs with the Snickers and the berries and all that kind of stuff. So it's a toss up. But of the generic flavors of the main three, of the big three, it's strawberry.
My favorite's s'more flavor.
You're an idiot. For Evan, for Night Ghost, for Constantino, Healy, everyone else on staff, and that fucking third guy from the left on the evolutionary chart, Bill